Okay, we'll get started. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the June 4th meeting of the Wilton Town Board. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Supervisor Johnson?
Here.
Deputy Supervisor Stryker?
Here.
Councilwoman Fletcher? Here. Councilman Lamb?
Here.
Councilman McEachran?
Councilman McEachran has been excused. Okay, before we get into our regular agenda items, we have our public comment period. Is there anybody signed up, Julie? Good. Okay, we have the minutes pending from our May meeting. I need a motion to approve those minutes.
I make motion to approve.
Okay, a motion, is there a second to approve?
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there any questions about the minutes or amendments or changes? Okay, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So moved. The mill at Smithbridge Road dedication, I think this involves Sawmill Court. We did get a letter from Mark Schachner's office today. I think he's proposing a couple of conditions, right, Mark?
Correct. One that the proposal letter of credit has in it an automatic year two reduction. So we're going to suggest that if you decide to accept that, the acceptance be conditioned that the year two reduction only occur if the town highway superintendent and town engineer have agreed that sufficient work has been done to allow that amount to be reduced in year two. And then the only other condition would be the typical conditions that we always recommend, which is that town supervisor and we approve of the final documents along with town engineer, and that we be authorized to take any further steps necessary for the road acceptance.
Okay. And Kirk and Ryan, you signed off on it? Correct. Okay, so we need a motion to accept that portion of Sawmill Court with the conditions as stated by our council, Mark Schachner.
I'll make a motion, we accept it.
I'll second it.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So moved. We have a couple of reappointments to our Parks and Rec Commission. Ken Bishop, his term expires at the end of this month, and also John Rosner. Their term would go from July 1, 2015 through June 30th, 2018. They've both been contacted and wish to be reappointed.
Make a motion, we appoint Kenneth Bishop and John Reisner for their terms.
I'll second it.
Park and Recs.
Okay, motion a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So moved. Parks and Recreation, there's the fee schedule, there's just a couple of changes. Steve, you've been involved in
Yeah,
that.
the after-school program had an increase with to $440 for the after-school program. It's like $2.50 an hour for daycare, after-school care. The reason for the increase was due to the change in the cost of feeding the children. There's certain New York State guidelines that require special foods now that are a little more expensive, so to offset the cost, we've had to increase the after-school program by $40. And the junior MBA is raising $5 from $120 to $125, and that's due to the cost of uniforms.
Okay. Any questions on the fee schedule changes? Okay, if not, there's a motion to adopt the fee schedule changes.
I'll make a motion to adopt the changes.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
And second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So moved. Thank you. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, New York State Department of Transportation pilot program. Kirk isn't here. Brian, I know we were involved in a pilot program involving,
Yeah, I was hoping Kirk would be here to explain it a little bit more. Haven't been involved with this, but
do you want to move on and wait till Kirk gets here? Or-
I don't know if he's showing up today.
Oh,
He was in Cornell all week, and I don't think he
Oh,
came in
all
today,
right.
so. But basically, they go through and use geospatial information and update the road length based on geospatial information. And so it's just some minor adjustments to most of those, and it relates to the CHIPS program and funding.
yeah, it was a pilot program, and I think everybody got the data. Our roads increased a small percentage.
adjustment.
I think Kirk is looking us to adopt the additional
Roadage.
road mileage based on this DOT study, right?
Correct.
I'll put forth a motion to adopt the pilot program.
Second it.
Okay, we have a motion, a second. Any other discussion, questions? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So moved. Okay, moving right along. Edie Road land dedication. Ryan, I guess this is yours.
Yes, there's a subdivision that has come to the planning board, and the planning board has looked at this subdivision and referred it to the town board for consideration of accepting the land. And I don't know, I think, I did send out an email to all the town board members several weeks ago with a map showing the lands that would be proposed for adoption, or to the town.
I know we got a recommendation from the planning board about we should consider it, but they didn't really give any reasons.
How do you feel about it, Ryan?
Actually, I went out there today and took a look at it. It's along Bog Meadow. It's about 800 linear feet along Bog Meadow Creek. It's fairly dry. There is access to the creek at that location. It's the little Christmas tree farm on Edie Road.
Oh, yeah.
Just to the southeast of Route 50. It's relatively dry, open land. The developer's willing to create a trail. There is no connecting trail system there. There is nothing adjacent to it. But it's one of those things where additional lands, but also additional liability into the town.
My concern, I mean, it's in this little subdivision, there's only like five houses.
8 homes.
8. And it seems like it would be more appropriate to be used as a homeowners association as opposed to town taking over the lands. You're gonna have to put in a public parking area and go through this little subdivision, and I don't know, if I was living in there, it would seem to me it'd be a detriment to have all these extra cars going in there, and we're gonna have to plow the parking lot that we create. I don't know, it just...
Do we have to do anything with that land?
We would not have to do anything.
I mean, why do we want to own it? We're not gonna do anything.
I don't know. I'm just asking, what would be the benefit to the town for owning that land?
I guess you could look at it as a benefit of maybe a future connection, adjacent lands. There are a couple large parcels that are adjacent to this.
Is there like a smaller portion that we could accept?
Yeah, you could accept whatever, if you wanted
Yeah,
to stay a smaller portion.
Can we just leave it alone?
The other option is that the developer would just extend the lot lines out and de-restrict this land.
You give it to the homeowners, and they could be forever wild amongst the neighbors. I mean, my concern is you create a public parking area there, you have the small little subdivision, it's town-owned land, you got kids that are walking down to this stream, unsupervised. I think we're just creating a liability for ourselves, just to own land. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Does that have frontage right on Edie Road?
No, it does not.
So it's back a ways.
You have this in your packet, a small piece, I'm not sure the length is probably less than 100 feet of frontage on the cul-de-sac that would be.
The only way to get to it is to this cul-de-sac, and then it's between two homes, and you're gonna put in a public parking lot between these two houses? I don't know. It doesn't seem very logical to me.
Why do you say parking lot? I don't understand.
Well, you need a place to park. You're going to park these cars
Can't park
between...
on the road.
You mean parking just to hike back there, or?
Well, see, on the map there?
Yeah.
You would have to, you got two houses here.
Yep.
And then you would have to put someplace for these cars to get off the cul-de-sac. And they're going to be between two homeowners. I don't think they would be too happy.
No.
And it's only really going to, usually you take public lands, you want it to the benefit of the public. I mean, really only going to be I don't know who you're going to be benefiting other than the people that live here could use it anyway without the town owning it.
Well, my only thought is that, I mean, these parcels come up, and, there's no trail connector now, but if we don't accept any of them, they're, I mean, I don't know what the possibility, I didn't walk it or anything like that, I don't know what the possibility in the future to connect, any part of this land to any adjacent property or land, but it's just something to think of.
Yeah, we should, but I don't think this is the right one. This partial.
On a positive note, just what we're talking about, town lands, we were successful in getting that Worrell piece off of Bullard Lane from the county auction. So that's a piece
Good move,
that makes everything possible. There's connectivity with the county forest lands and the trails that are there.
Good.
I mean, and that's what I think when we're going to own land, that's what we should own, and not for this one little piece. But that's my opinion.
I just wish the planning board would have given us a reason why they wanted this property.
Yeah, they didn't have a correct reason in their motion. They just thought, if I recollect this...
Nor was it much discussed, I mean, they didn't discuss it at great length. In fact, correct me if I'm wrong, when the motion was first made, it was a motion to recommend without really clearly stating what the recommendation was.
Yeah, I saw Dr. Gabay put forth a motion to accept the land, but I didn't see if there was any
Yeah.
reasoning.
Some of the discussion was, well, shouldn't they just look at this every time, And I said, no, I'm forgetting the exact timing of it, but there should be a reason for it.
If we have further questions, is there any chance of putting this on, moving it to next month, or this has to be decided tonight?
There's a Spencer application out in the planning board review process.
They
I
are
remember.
conceptual. They're
Yeah,
conceptual.
We didn't schedule a public hearing.
No.
Yeah, so that, you could, and in fact, if you want to do that, you should ask the planning board for more input, as to what the basis for the recommendation was.
Yeah, they had to be thinking of something.
Right.
But
So there's no critical
No.
need to
They're
decide it
conceptual
tonight.
at this
I
point.
mean,
Right, because the planning board we haven't scheduled a public hearing yet for the planning
All
board.
right, well, it'd be interesting to hear why.
And they do have both alternatives ready to go. If they extend the lot lines out and deed restriction, that's the other option.
So it won't hold up with the developer's approval.
I just don't want to skip over their opinion if they felt there was a reason why they did it, and
Well-
I just kind of say, no, we're not going to do it. I think it's important that we listen to why their reasoning was.
You would think they would have put it in their recommendation, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't really express one at the meeting.
Yeah, it wasn't much discussed.
Yeah.
All right, well, we can table any vote until we,
could we do that?
yeah. Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
John,
How about you?
do we need a motion to table?
And it doesn't matter, you're not obligated to take action.
All right, so I'll just table. Okay, next, we have a request from Ace Hardware. As everyone is well aware, Ace Hardware is considering an expansion at their facility on Northern Pines Road. It's an expansion of about 50% of what their 400,000 square foot addition. They had requested for the town what the prospective fees would be if they were to go ahead with this, with the expansion at that location. Ryan and the planning department sent out the fees. And they are requesting a modification or a reduction to the fees, so I know, do you want to address us?
My name is Frank Nesbitt. I'm the general manager over at the Ace Hardware facility. And so I guess, first of all, thank you for letting us talk about this today and bringing this going forward. So,
I don't know if you can talk to this right here, do you want that?
Do we need to still go up there for the Time Warner?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you.
it might pick them up there, but this way's on video.
yeah, so.
You can fix it, yeah.
Okay. So anyway, again, thank you for allowing us the opportunity to speak before you guys. But yeah, so Ace Hardware is requesting a reduction and a cap in some of the fees that were brought to our attention. So we wrote a letter to Mr. Johnson, and hopefully everybody had a copy of it. And so we're requesting some concessions in regards to some of those fees. One of the fees, I think the traffic fee is, around 3 times higher than what it was first go around. It was something that we weren't expecting. And so, again, we understand that we're going to be paying some fees, and but we're asking for some concessions, a cap on it if possible, and also in the letter, I think we were also asking, and Brian, maybe this falls under your area, some time frames maybe where we could get some approved, a general contractor needed anything approved by the engineer, we could get that done more quickly than not, being that it's an ongoing operation. We didn't want to hold up some of the current business that takes place over there.
Yeah, I think you mentioned in your letter a 48-hour inspection
If possible,
during
or
construction.
some kind of turnaround.
Yeah, which the building department usually does a pretty quick job of turnaround, especially commercial.
Okay.
They're pretty good
So,
at that.
I don't know if you have any questions of me or any questions about the request.
Any questions of the
Well, I
project?
do. I just have the questions that I think Ryan passed on to you about your employees within the company locally. How many
Yes.
employees live right in Wilton?
Yeah, sure. So actually, it's a very locally based employee base. So 73% of our employees live in a 15-mile radius of the building. There's the other percentage doesn't live that far outside of the 15 miles. But the majority of the employee base is within 15 miles of our building. I think another question that might have wanted to get handled was in terms of what we do in the community, some of the actions that we do in the community. So we do play an active part. Our biggest charity that we work with is the Children's Hospital down in Albany. We raise about $75,000 each year to donate. All of the profits go to the Children's Hospital. Locally here in town, we work with the Wilton Food Pantry. We donate raffle prizes to their events that they have. We also, each Thanksgiving, we dole out as many turkeys that they can fit in their freezer. And throughout the year, we're trying to give them whatever type of food that we have. Actually, I think the President, Deb, I think that's her correct title over there, but Deb Zones, the president over there, she actually is one of our star employees, so it's an easy transition for us to help out over there. So, in addition to that, many of the people that work over there are community leaders. I'm on the school board in Schuylerville, a lot of youth league coaches, and people that volunteer their time in their communities.
Thank you.
Has
Thanks for
Wilton
doing
Fire
that.
asked you for anything for that addition?
They haven't.
Equipment-wise or anything?
I'm sorry.
Equipment-wise or
No,
anything?
they haven't.
Because I know you're awful good to them.
We try to be, yeah, we work with them as well. So we try to do our part to the best of our ability.
Yes, thank you.
I just have a couple comments, because, you know, I'm not usually in favor of waiving of fees, but there's certain projects that come along that have significant long-term economic benefit to the town, and under those circumstances, I think they should be considered. Eventually, this project will have an assessment, I think, somewhere around $16 or $18 million, which will certainly help the South Glens Falls School District in controlling their tax rate.
You mean my taxes are gonna go down, maybe?
You'll get a refund
Maybe.
taxes.
No, if I can just speak to that really quickly. You know, ACE wants to be here. We want this project to be a go. You know, this is our destination of choice, so we're hoping that we can work it out.
The other thing for our benefit is, you know, as we rely almost totally on our sales tax revenues to have no taxes, this assessment, and the sales tax distribution is based on your total assessed value, so this will go a long ways as to, you know, helping us in the future with the sales tax distribution from the county. The other thing is we have almost 300 jobs there. You know, it's important that we keep those jobs. We lost 300 jobs at the prison. We don't need to lose any more.
Right.
And this is not a done deal. You know, we're in competition with, ACE has other sites that are in mind, so we need to be competitive. So I just think we should consider a reduction of the fees. I think this is a great project that, you know, be a long-term benefit to the town.
I make a motion to drop their fees to what they have agreed to.
To their request.
Yes.
I'll second that.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion?
I just wanted to say that, you know, all those people that work at Ace Hardware also
They spend money here.
They spend money in our town, at the gas stations, at the malls, so I'm all for it.
They've been a great corporate neighbor.
Yeah.
And we want to keep them here and grow here.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
And thank you for all you're doing for our community, too.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we'll take a vote. All in favor of the fee waiver
Aye.
to the cap of 200,000, right? That's the request is, yes. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you so
Frank.
much. Much appreciated.
Where are we here? Are there any committee reports?
I got something to bring up. I know Dick Road, we got the veterans monuments there. And I've never seen anybody there. And you probably know why?
Because you can't get...
There's no road. You ever seen any, Walmart and, we should honor our veterans. No, someday we're gonna rename that plaque forever. Do you think we'd be approaching Walmart and maybe they go halves or something, they'd do it?
I think there was a question, because you got to go through, I think, is it, what's the restaurant over there? The Applebee's.
Who owns that property though? Applebee. Walmart. No, but you know that little circle, like my driveway, little circle, the park.
I think because it's such an active traffic area, you don't want really people walking like on Lowe's Drive and stuff, but I think the only access to walk was off of Applebee's, and that's property that they're not like, and we can ask them, but they may or may not.
No, but just funny, we spend money and do something, no one, I've never seen anybody there.
Rick, yeah.
I went there on Memorial Day. You did? I trespassed on Applebee's.
Do you leave flowers?
Very well, it's very well kept.
It is, very well.
Although I could say, disappointed in this one over here. It's a little raggedy.
Which one is that, Rick?
The one here.
Next door
Oh.
here.
You know,
That's got some big-time names on it over there. There's big Wilton families on that list over there.
you know,
Multiple.
we could appoint a committee tonight and make you the chairman if you wish.
That's exactly what my mother said.
What do you think?
Well, this one here, we can take.
We'll wait the next month and you ain't here and then we'll appoint you.
This one here was donated to the town, I believe. that sign, wasn't it?
The one right here on Ballard, right?
Next to the-
Yeah, it was a Eagle Scout project.
But you know, we do have young soldiers dying every day to protect our freedom. We should do something, I think. So I can count on you, right, Rick?
Thank you. Something or no?
Yeah. You know, later in the year, I was planning on, this is the 50th anniversary of the end of the Vietnam War, and I was planning on doing something later in the year, probably around Veterans Day, and actually having something over at that, park, or over by Walmart, so, but it is underutilized, but Walmart does well maintain it, but
Yeah,
it's just, that's something that where you can just park and, walk.
But you know, like the senior citizens of that, you know, pull off there. I don't think it's that dangerous. Yeah, a couple months ago, we brought up the needs assessment on our equipment, trucks, vehicles. We were gonna follow through, or have we, or we?
I think John McCracken was working on that. He's not here tonight, but I don't know where the update is on that, but he was gonna work with Kirk.
Usually hire a professional in the whole town. Let's give it some thought.
Okay.
Anything else, John?
Do it, your turn.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to thank Friends of Wilton Recreation, who have arranged for the installation of 20 new and much-needed picnic tables over at Gavin Park for our pavilions. These tables were made by a group of men and women at Unlimited Potential, the Vocational and Rehab Center on Old Gick Road, and I'd like to thank them and Friends of Wilton Recreation for their donations.
You do a great job.
Yeah, looks really nice.
Anything else? I just want to mention a couple events. The Wilton Heritage Society Strawberry Social is Sunday, June 21st, from 1 to 4. And I'm also going to mention next Saturday to join me at the Elks Flag Day Parade. That's noon, North Broadway. And then we also have on the 12th, the Dorothy Nolan Flag Day ceremony. It's always a great event as well that you all have gotten invitations to. Anyone else? All right, Jeff, give us our solar update.
Sure. Just wanted to update the board on where we are with the solar project. The last time we talked, we were looking at putting a solar array field over in the landfill. After the numbers came back, it just wasn't financially feasible to do it. The cost to construct it on a landfill is a lot more expensive than to put it either on the rooftops or in a field. So Ryan mentioned this piece of property off of Ballard Road, right across the street from Johnson's Auto. And the town owns this piece of land right here, which, to us, looks like a viable piece of property for this project. The town board wants to move forward with this. Next to it is, I believe, an approved subdivision, which has not started yet. There is a buffer, as you can see here, around it. If we were able to put it on this parcel, we could always put another buffer in front of some trees to sort of hide the panels. I just sort of wanted to get a feel from the town board if they're okay with choosing this site or not. I did get the numbers back today, they're preliminary numbers, and they are very good. They're a lot better than what the landfill is right now. These are estimates because they fluctuate the credit. But it's about $840,000 savings over 20 years.
How much was the landfill approximately?
It's like 300,000.
The reason why I say the landfill is because it's not as controversial. This is a property that people will be driving by. I don't know if any kids will be more likely to go in there from the neighborhood.
Remember, you have Johnson's across the street.
I know, I'm talking about the new subdivision at my park.
We said if you guys decide to go with this, we could because you have the railroad track going this way, so nothing's going to be over here, right? So you have already a buffer here, and then, if we could put up like a row of arborvitae's, or if you guys chose to do this.
I don't think,
You might want to send some letters to the residents first, see how they feel.
Yeah.
there's nobody lives there.
Nobody, houses in, are they houses in that?
That's the junkyard.
Down the right from it.
The ones-
On the right, they look like houses to me. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh,
Those are farm.
they're miles away.
Potential house.
That's an
Well, I know there's houses right across the railroad tracks,
Yeah.
and there's an apartment house in the corner.
Yes, there's a house there. On the opposite.
Demick Road is houses, they ain't that far away from it.
We don't know how many actually panels it will be yet, right, in order, I mean, that's pretty wooded. I don't think you're ever going to see, it's going to be nestled back there. I don't think you're really going to be too obtrusive to anybody, but...
I think it's a 500 megawatt system, so I'm not really sure how much room it's,
No, I don't know, the total area that the town owns is 6.7 acres. And the solar company still has to come out and evaluate the site, take a look at it, and as far as what direction the panels will face. So that's something that needs to be done, and I've contacted DEC, because there was some blue movement habitat area in that parcel as well, so we have to identify that if it's still there.
I think it's worth at least getting having the company go out there and analyze, and maybe kind of lay it out, where it's going to fit in that piece, and how we could buffer it, and...
Right, but you still should contact the residents, because I'd rather contact them with a letter than them sitting here throwing tomatoes at you.
Agree.
You know?
Yeah, but I think we really need to know how it's can fit in there before, and then
Because I know in Greenfield, we had a lot of
Yeah.
static, but it went through.
I think at least first we should have Solar City go out and pursue it and see what it looks like first. Then we can take it from there.
Then take it from there.
You know, we kind of committed, we want to go solar. The landfill didn't work, and this is about the last, there's really no other viable piece to do it on, so at least we have diligence on this site.
I'm just not sure how fast we have to move on this. Our application is in, it's a non-binding application, so we're not committing to anything, but at least we're in line. So when we decide to push forward, we're already in the door. However, these credits get used up pretty quickly, so, if we wait 3-4 months,
Well, I don't think it's going to, the company seems to move pretty quickly, that they can go out there and analyze that site and tell us how many panels are going to be there, and
but as far as getting out to the landowners, I don't know how we're going to knock on doors.
well, I don't think there's that many that, I mean, we'll have to, I mean, it's pretty, across the street is a whole junkyard, so there's, I don't think there's a whole lot of...
There's a couple homes, and people live there.
Are people do they have an objection to looking at the panels themselves? Would that be the reason for the buffer, or, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it would only be a visual thing. I don't think they really would be going into getting the energy or going onto the grid from it. I think it would just be a visual.
And they are fenced off. They are all fenced off. I know the one we put in Greenfield's all fenced off.
I'm just wondering about that site where those homes are, if that's going to be a hindrance for anybody actually wanting to build their home near there. I don't know.
I don't even know.
I think would be a concern, we have to go out and reach out to
Yeah.
those homeowners, but
I mean, we certainly let them know that develop. That's been approved for I don't know how many years. Nothing's ever happened.
It's been 10 years.
I think it'd be a great site for solar panels.
Yeah.
So, well, that's where we are. So we'll contact Solar City, we'll get them out there.
Get the ball going.
Another report back next board meeting. Okay?
Okay. Any more questions for Jeff? But I guess his direction is let's keep moving with it and see where it goes.
Brian, what's your opinion on that?
Well, I just wanted to follow up with the public notice. You guys want to send out public notice to the adjacent landowners, or?
Not yet.
No, I think we have something to show them first, what's going on.
Okay. I think it's a good site. I mean, it's next to the railroad tracks. It's, can be buffered with some evergreens along the frontage. Just take a look at it,
Yeah, definitely.
my opinion.
I'm not against it at all. I just want to make sure that, people are aware.
Yeah.
Right.
Good to keep people informed.
Jeff, you're still on with your controller's report?
First items that require town board approval are the 2015 budget transfers and budget amendments. Are there any questions?
Any questions for Jeff?
Well, my question is about the very last item, item number 6, under 2, the overages for attorney. Does that mean
We've,
attorney other?
well, what happened, we have an attorney line, a miscellaneous attorney line, okay, outside of our town attorney, planning board attorney, to handle other issues, and we're over budget because we had to bring the outside attorney in quite often, so.
I make a motion to approve 1 through 6.
I'll second.
Any amendments too? Or the one amendment would be, do it all in one? The chips,
Okay, do them all then. I make a motion to do them all with the amendment.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So moved.
Okay, next item are the personal items. The first one, town board needs to approve Amy DeLeon to the senior clerk position. She took the exam, she passed it, she's reachable. So we need to appoint her effective June 4th, 2015.
I make a motion to appoint Amy.
I'll second. Go ahead, sorry.
I'll second.
Yeah, she
Motion is second.
Great
All in
job.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So moved.
And the same for Sherry Worth. Sherry took the test, the senior clerk test. She was in the position provisionally. She took the exam, she passed it, she's high enough to, so that we can reach her and appoint her effective June 4th.
I make a motion to appoint Sherry Worth Holden, senior clerk position.
Second. Second.
Okay, there's a motion. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So moved.
Okay, in the package is an updated version to our internet privacy policy. The town is purchasing cyber insurance, and one of the items for purchasing it was to have a privacy policy in place. We did have one in place. Town board adopted a policy back in 2008. However, I did contact Mark, our town attorney, and he shot me over another model that's put out by New York State Information Office of Technology. So we use that as the boilerplate language. It's in your package. So I'm just asking the town board just to review it and approve that, and so we can update our internet privacy policy. And this will be on the website, on every page of our website down the bottom.
You're looking for motion to adopt that?
Yes, it's a policy.
Make a motion to adopt it.
Is there a second?
Yeah, I'll second.
Joanne,
I'll second.
motion is second. All in favor? Any questions for Jeff on it?
This is for like the cloud? The information going back and forth and
It's just, every internet website should have a privacy policy, and it's all boilerplate language, really.
That is, when you can use it, when you can't use it.
Well, it's like, you're by going onto our website, we might be downloading some cookies onto your computer. It's pretty technical stuff.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, as long as you're right with it. Okay, so we have motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So moved.
Okay, next, the spray park. Looks like we're moving in the right direction with the spray park. The town board will need to make a budget amendment in the amount of $80,084 for additional cost to construct a spray park. The new budget for the spray park is going to be $415,000. In the budget transfers above, there was a transfer that we took from the Parks Department and moved it over to the capital project of $64,916. That was 2 pieces of equipment that Steve was going to purchase with Park Reserve money, but he decided to forego those 2 pieces of equipment to move that down into the capital project. So along with the $64,000, I'm asking the town board to move another $80,000 at appropriated fund balance. So it's a total of $145,000. Move that into the capital project, and with those additional monies, we'll be able to purchase the spray park.
We finally, Steve, after a long time, we've got the vendor now. Kirk has been down there preparing, doing the site work. We will have an actual presentation on it next month by the vendor. It's really come together. And it's been a while we've been talking about it, but it's, I think we're eventually there, but we do need a little bit more, the capital fund is a little bit underfunded right now.
Make a motion, we would approve the extra 80,000 towards the park, for the spray park.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other questions on it, discussion? I think it'll be really happy when you see,
Great thing, when it's done.
when you see the presentation on it, Steve, and it's a really, it's going to be unique to the area, and it's going to be just a really good thing for Gavin Park.
Probably Ace will want to do something for us when we get it done.
How about Ace Spray Park?
Put in.
Make a small contribution.
And my apologies, I should say Splash Park.
Splash Park, right.
Splash Park. It's a splash park, not a spray park, splash.
It's really going to be neat.
Yeah.
Okay, so we take a roll on it or not yet?
Yes.
We did?
Yes.
Okay.
Steve Porter keeps calling it spray park also.
It's a splash park.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, that stuff from Porter calling it spray park also.
Okay, my last item has to do with the internal review that I do for the courts. This review has to be forwarded to the Justice Court, and I've actually put a copy in your package, and I gave a copy to the town clerk. I just need to get a resolution saying that you guys reviewed it, and it's okay to send it to the office court administrator.
So we need a motion to approve your year-end review.
Need a resolution too. It has to be done by resolution.
Okay. Move that. Oh.
I make a motion to approve it, send it.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Just in going back to the splash park for a minute, it's also going to be constructed so like our ice rink can fit right over the top of it in the winters.
Be a great thing, be a great thing for the residents of the town.
Yep.
So, is there any other business? Okay, hearing none, motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Thank you, everyone, for coming here.
Thank you.